Diamantis Jewels was a temple of wealth. White marble floors, mirrored columns, and spotlights that made every diamond burn like a captive sun. The moment Dona Elisa stepped through the door, the temperature seemed to drop. She was 73 years old. Her hair was braided neatly, silver like moonlight. Her shoes were polished, her handbag genuine leather, her posture straight as royalty. She did not come to cause trouble. She just wanted to see a single necklace. A sapphire, deep blue like the ocean at night. But before she could even say the word sapphire, the manager's voice sliced through the air. "We don't need her here. Manager Victoria. Perfect makeup. Perfect hair. Perfect cruelty." Her words echoed through the store. "This is not the kind of establishment for people like you." A young customer trying on bracelets froze, pretending not to hear. Others glanced sideways, smirking behind their diamonds. Elisa did not move. Her voice was calm. "Steady. I would like to see that sapphire necklace." Victoria exchanged a wicked smile with the attendants. "That necklace costs more than a house. Perhaps you should look for something more affordable." In another store, laughter rippled across the room. Soft. Poisonous. A security guard stepped forward, hand on his belt. Elisa drew a slow breath. "I am aware of the value. I simply wish to look at it." Victoria's lips tightened. "Let's not pretend. You don't belong here." Her voice was sharp, but her eyes said something worse. "You don't deserve to be here." The question that changed everything. Elisa's hands trembled slightly, not with fear, but with memory. She had lived through decades of doors closing. She looked Victoria straight in the eyes. "Are you kicking me out because I am black?" A silence so deep, even the diamonds stopped sparkling. Victoria's pearls quivered at her throat. "Absurd. I am simply suggesting a store that matches your economic profile." "And how did you determine my economic profile?" Victoria blinked. No answer. The guard stepped closer. "Come on, ma'am. Don't touch me." Her voice was low, made of iron. And then her phone vibrated. She checked the message. A slow, knowing smile spread over her face. "I'm leaving," she said. "My son is coming." Victoria rolled her eyes. "Tell him he'll be welcome in some other store, too." Elisa was escorted out, chin high, dignity intact. She sat on a marble bench just outside, back straight, eyes steady. She had been humiliated, but she was not defeated. She sent a message. "It happened exactly as you said." The reply came instantly. "On my way." 20 minutes. A silent witness. A woman approached, young, elegant, holding 2 coffees. "Would you like one, Mrs. Elisa?" Maya Silva, lawyer, specialized in discrimination. She had been watching everything, recording everything, audio, video. 3 weeks earlier, when Elisa first stepped inside Diamantis just to browse, she had already felt the stares. So she made a plan. Maya's voice was soft. "We captured all. The insults, the laughter. That sentence about standard is gold." Elisa nodded. "It still hurts," she whispered. "That's why we'll expose it," Maya answered. "Not just sue. Transform." The man descending from the sky. Across the mall, a private helicopter touched down on the roof of a neighboring building. A man stepped out. Gabriel King, 45. Tall. Impeccable. A presence that could quiet a room. On his wrist, a watch worth more than Victoria's yearly salary. In his briefcase, papers that would change everything. "Mr. King, all permits are ready," said an assistant. "Position everyone. Media arrives in 45 minutes. He adjusted his suit sleeve. He was not coming to buy jewelry. He was coming for justice. And no one inside the store had the faintest idea that he owned 70% of Diamantis Jewels. Back inside, ignorance at work, Victoria was radiant. She had just sold diamond earrings to Stephanie Lancaster, her loyal rich client. "Always a pleasure, Miss Lancaster." They laughed about the old lady they had driven away. "Some people don't know their place," Stephanie chuckled. "We have a standard to maintain," Victoria replied. Outside, Maya clicked her recorder off and smiled. Perfect. The arrival. Glass doors opened. Conversation stopped. Gabriel King walked in. Victoria saw only a VIP customer. She rushed forward, smiling too widely. "Welcome to Diamantis, sir. We have exclusive pieces you may like." He did not shake her hand. He scanned the room with cold precision. "Finally, where's the elderly woman who was here earlier?" "Mrs. Elisa Santos." Victoria's smile cracked. "Ah, we advised her to find a store more compatible." "Compatible?" Gabriel repeated, slowly, dangerously. "And how did you determine her expectations?" Victoria swallowed. "Professional assessment. We have a standard to maintain. Based on appearance." The words were not a question. They were a verdict. At that moment, Elisa and Maya entered behind him. Gabriel nodded. Security guards sealed the doors. Cameras appeared at the windows. Victoria paled. "What is this?" Gabriel pulled an envelope from his jacket. "Victoria Mendez, manager for 7 years." "Correct." "Why, yes. Allow me to introduce myself. Gabriel King, CEO of King Enterprises, majority shareholder of Diamantis." Silence. Diamonds froze in their cases. Stephanie Lancaster stopped breathing. "The woman you threw out," Gabriel said, pointing, "is my mother." Victoria staggered. "I didn't know. It was a misunderstanding." "A misunderstanding?" His voice was a blade wrapped in velvet. Maya stepped forward. "We have 27 recorded incidents of racial bias in the last 3 months in this branch alone." Victoria shook her head violently. "That's not." A recording played. Victoria's own voice filled the store. "We can't let just anyone in and scare off our elite clientele." Outside, cameras recorded everything. Broadcasting live. Victoria covered her face. "I didn't mean." "You did," Gabriel replied. "And now there are consequences." The verdict. Gabriel opened the folder. "You are dismissed. Effective immediately." Victoria gasped. "You can't do that." "I already have." 2 guards escorted her to collect her belongings. Outside, tears streamed down her face, not from regret but humiliation. Gabriel turned to the stunned staff. "From today, Diamantis will be different. Discrimination is grounds for immediate termination." Then he turned to Elisa. "My mother," he said proudly, "will be the new diversity and inclusion consultant." Applause burst through the store. Elisa stood tall, wearing her quiet smile. Justice at last. 6 months later, the transformation. Diamantis Jewels was no longer a cold palace of exclusion. It was warmth, color, dignity. Jewels displayed alongside the stories of artisans from different cultures. Young trainees from peripheral communities were learning the craft. Maya, now legal director of ethical practices, approached Elisa. "Sales are up 37% since the training." Elisa nodded. It was never about punishment. It was about transformation. Meanwhile, Victoria's name became poison in the luxury market. No brand wanted her. Last anyone heard, she was working as an office assistant. No one knew her as the woman in pearls who once ruled over diamonds. A gift of blue fire. One morning, Gabriel arrived with a small velvet box. "To celebrate your first year," he said. Inside, the sapphire necklace. It glowed like a secret ocean. Elisa touched it gently. It was never about the jewel. "I know," Gabriel smiled. "It was about dignity." She wore it during the launch of a special collection, designed by young artists who once believed they would never belong in a place like this. Celebrities came, influencers, business leaders, and then a familiar face at the door. Stephanie Lancaster, eyes lowered. "I came to apologize," she whispered. "My behavior was unforgivable." Elisa studied her. "Do you know what is truly luxurious, Stephanie?" Stephanie looked confused. The ability to grow. Tears filled her eyes. A legacy of light. That night, after the event, Gabriel and Elisa sat on the same marble bench where she had waited, humiliated. Now they sat like royalty. "You turned a humiliation into a revolution," Gabriel said. "We've received over 200 letters. People who suffered discrimination now feel brave enough to speak. Elisa smiled gently. The real change is in hearts. Victoria wasn't punished. She simply reaped her intolerance. Maya arrived. 5 luxury chains have adopted our manual. Elisa's eyes shone. Somewhere, another person might be humiliated today. But now, thanks to the Diamantis case, they had a precedent. They had a voice. The girl in the mirror. At closing time, Elisa found a young black employee trying on diamond earrings. She froze, embarrassed. "I'm sorry. I was just." "They look beautiful on you," Elisa said. The girl smiled shyly. "I would never have entered this store before. I always thought it wasn't a place for people like me." Elisa touched her sapphire. "Now you know better." "Now I know," the girl said proudly, "that every place is for people like me." The lesson, the necklace that once symbolized exclusion, now symbolized dignity. The most valuable jewel in the world was not sapphire, diamond, or gold. It was respect. Victoria lost everything because she never understood that. Elisa gained everything because she always did. If this story made you feel something, that is the real victory.